Alright guys, here's a quick update. Made some more progress on the retrofitting of my Biocube. I went through what I thought was going to be the hardest part, which is the actual installation of the LED light bulbs, but everything went pretty smooth. Didn't run into any trouble at all. Just a little bit of planning and everything worked out pretty good. Right now, so the bulbs are installed. Right now I'm running on 3 of the 12-inch LEDs. I'm running on 3 of the 12K/actinics. So I'm not sure how it's going to come across on camera, but right now I have a pretty nice, it's a very nice, clean, crisp light, a little tint of blue. Definitely not as yellow as my previous PC bulbs, power compact bulbs. So I'm really liking the LEDs. I seem to be going through a little bit of new tank syndrome again. I'm getting a little bit of diatom blooms on the sand and a little bit on the rock. My tank did go through a little bit of a mini cycle. It didn't go through a full cycle, but a small spike in ammonia and nitrites did go up. I did sift the sand when I took all the rocks out, so and obviously I do have some new rocks, so the cycling of the actual tank didn't take too long because I did cure the rocks for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ahead of time. I actually didn't want to put my corals back, or some of my corals back in the tank yet, because my nitrite levels were not exactly zero. They were slightly less than, slightly more than zero, but I kind of ran into a problem because the LED that I was using on my temporary tank, I did install it on this main Biocube here, so I didn't have a light on my temporary tank, and I had my fish and coral in the darkness for about a day and a half, close to 2 days. So it was either my corals going for a third day without light, or I take a chance and just put the corals that I want to keep in the Biocube, even though it's not 100% cycled. So I mean, I only put a couple zoanthids in there and my frog spawn. Frog spawn's actually doing pretty good, regardless of the nutrient levels. Elegance coral is looking okay, so I guess it's not being bothered too much. I won't take the chance with my fish yet. I have lost fish in the past, so I'm going to wait until this tank is completely cycled and stable before I add my fish in. So here's a look at the LEDs. It's getting blown out, but right now I have, those are the 3 Fusion lights, the Pro LED light strips by Current USA. And it's a really nice color. I'm going to see if I can manually switch over to my actinics. Let me manually make the switch here since my timers are not set. And it's going to get really blown out. I don't know how it's going to come across on camera. Looks to be more purple than blue, but trust me guys, if you're looking at it, it's a really crisp blue, and my elegance coral and the frog spawn and a little bit of green star polyps on the back are really popping in the color. They're really fluorescent. It looks beautiful. So I mean, that's pretty much it for that. I do still have some more work to do. I do have to install my skimmer, my high door skimmer. I do have to install the hang on the back refugium, and I have to do some electrical work. I have to install my 2 dosing pumps and my auto top off pump. And once that's done, I think I should be good to go. And I also have to make another light for the refugium. I'm going to be reusing the two LEDs that I used in in chamber 2 previously for the refugium. I'm just going to put some acrylic, make a little enclosure or some sort of cover for the hang on the back refugium, and put those two LED lights on there. And that's going to be it, so stay tuned. Okay guys, going over really quickly the steps that I took to install these LEDs. Obviously you first start off by removing the entire contents of the canopy, the bulbs. The only thing I left in place was one of the fans. I did use my Dremel to cut down a few of the plastic screw holders. Then I went to my hardware store. I found a piece of thick rubber pipe. They call it funny pipe, which is pretty, flexible, but it's strong enough for you to be able to screw into, and it's pretty sturdy. It is rubber, so there's no water issues. Then using the brackets that came with the LEDs, you just screw it in place, and they do swivel, so you can adjust it as needed, whether you want to aim the light towards the front or the back. And to make things easier, I did cut the wires and extended it outside of the Biocube canopy, just in case I have to remove something. I don't have to disconnect everything. It's easily removable from the back. Just pop it off and you can lift the lid off, and that's pretty much the finished product.